Hi Internet, I'm John Appleseed. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we do a daily crossword puzzle. Today we have the Sunday New York Times puzzle for April 5th, 2026. The constructor is Samuel A. Donaldson. Will Shorts is the editor. And let's see what we've got today. The title of the puzzle is Badvertising, I should mention. That will give us some kind of hint to the theme. I don't know what it means. Badvertising. Nothing else going on the grid? All right. Going on in the grid, I should say. Let's get started. One across, they need fans to stay cool. Don't know that. One down, this means war. As Bugs Bunny might say. Two down, our soap is deadly. Okay. Badvertising was the title of the puzzle. This clue is in italics, giving us an indication it's probably part of a theme. Our soap is deadly. Yeah, that might be a bad advertising slogan. Is that what we're going to have? Is bad product jingles or something. Three down, serpentine shape in architecture. Don't know that. Four down, certain cosmetic surgery. Familiarly, thinking of a four-letter familiar word for a cosmetic surgery procedure, maybe liposuction or lipo. Five down, high class. Nope. They need fans to stay cool. Don't know what that is. 19 across, cheap cigar. I think that's a stogie. 22 across, prime time. Something PM. 9 p.m. maybe would be in prime time in the U.S. 25 across, resembling bone. This is something like ossified or something like that. I don't know. 29 across, phony social media follower. I think that's a bot. 37 across, winter measure. Something like inches of snow, maybe. 19 down, highfalutin sorts. Let's try snobs for the highfalutin sorts. This means war. It is on. Might give you that same sense. Winter measure for 37 across. Maybe it is inches of snow, but let's use snowfall as a way to say that. And then two down, our soap is deadly. Nope. Three down, serpentine shape in architecture. Okay, I haven't seen this word in a while. And I didn't know this was serpentine, but OG is an architectural term that used to be in the New York Times puzzle quite a bit. Haven't seen it in a while, as I say, but I think that fits. Idols need supporters or fans in order to stay popular. I think that's what the clue is saying. High class. A seminar? How is that a high class? Yeah, osso is the prefix for bone, or osteo. So I'm not quite sure what 25 across, but it has something to do with bone. I don't know what 5 down is either. 26 down, creature with a signature whistle it can use to identify itself. Whales and dolphins do that. Dolphin will fit, yeah. Dolphins have their own little name that they can whistle or click. High class. 30 across, it hurts how much we're overcharging for this detergent. Okay, I'm going to need some crossing letters to figure these out, but I think these are slogans that are poorly phrased. Our soap is deadly, like kills 90% of germs, might be a way. You might see that in a real advertisement. You could rephrase that as our soap is deadly and probably lose some sales. 31 down, accordion fold. Don't know that. Let's try this section. 6 across, Philippine marinades. I think adobos comes from the Philippines. 20 across, Philippine capital is Manila. 23 across, we're literally giving away our rental cars. No. Big letters in bowling. Is it AMC, the chain of bowling alleys? I'm not sure. Beavis and Butthead spin-off for 7 down. Daria, I think. I may be spelling that wrong. It could be Darla or something like that. Common soccer score for 8 down. Probably either 1-1 or 1-0. 9 down, 2-year periods are biannual, not sure what the ending of that will be. Common soccer cheer for 10 down is Olay. 11 down with 44 down, home of the U.S.'s most visited municipal zoo. The San Diego Zoo is well known. I remember visiting it when I was a kid. So let's try San Diego there. 27 across, overnight option, maybe an inn where you might stay overnight. We're literally giving away our rental cars. 24 down, yank with 3 letters, maybe tug. 12 across is second first lady after Martha. Thomas Jefferson was the second president, I think, and I don't know his spouse's name. 21 across, contrition. No. 28 across, pull some strings. Pull some strings. I'm thinking of like playing a harp or a ukulele, maybe, or unite. Is that pulling strings? Got the downs, 12 down, blank rock, music genre. Nope, 13 down, nickname for Britain's King Edward VII. Don't know that. 14 down, encroach on. Nope, 15 down, horror movie staple. Could be gore or something else. 16 down, Grande's perfume line. Probably Ariana Grande has a line of perfume. I'm going to guess if it's 3 letters, maybe it's Ari, a nickname for Ariana. 17 down, major research lab for astronauts, for short. That could be the International Space Station. 18 down, actress Jamie Blank Curtis is Jamie Lee Curtis. Then Abigail will fit as a name that I don't know. That's the name of Abigail Jefferson, but it could fit. 21 across, contrition is remorse then. So arena rock is a genre of music. Bertie, I'm thinking of the King's Speech. That was George VI. He was known as Bertie. Maybe Edward VII was as well. To encroach on is to what? Nope. Let's try gore for the horror movie staple. I'm going to try unite for pulls, or maybe it's untie. Yes, that makes more sense. If you're pulling on strings, you could be untying a bow like that. Okay. I'm going to try Bertie, just to guess. I know that was the nickname for George VI, according to that film, which I really enjoyed. You are impinging on my personal space. We'll try impinge, and then free enterprise. So Enterprise is a rent-a-car company. If they were literally giving away their cars, it might say they might be a free enterprise. Okay. Gain is a detergent brand. So it hurts how much we're overcharging for this detergent. No pain, no gain. All right, so maybe we're taking common phrases where we're thinking what they might mean if they were used as advertising slogans, and they would be bad slogans. So let's try osteoid for resembling bone, and seminar for high class. I'm still not quite sure how that is a high class. 43 across, inappropriately appropriated. Usurped. Fits with the letters we have. An accordion fold could be a pleat. And 51 across, Alexander Blank, 1980s Secretary of State, is Alexander Haig. I'm old enough to remember him going on TV and saying he was in charge after President Reagan was shot. 49 across, like raw footage. No, 56 across, Scrooge's shout could be Bah Humbug from the Christmas Carol. 62 across, undertake as a journey. Something on. 67 across, quite spirited. Nope, 49 down, it'll take you for a ride, an Uber. Might do that. 50 down, mama's mama is your grandmother, or nana might be a word for for grandmother. Our soap is deadly. Don't tough. Uncut for like raw footage. That fits for 49 across. And we get don't touch. Don't touch that dial. Dial is a brand of soap. And if the soap was deadly, you would not want to touch it. It's like lava. Okay. This is supposed to be a U for usurped. I do know how to spell that. Animated TV series set in the 31st century is probably Futurama. Never did see that one. I liked The Simpsons, though, the same creator. So, undertake as a journey is to enter into a journey. Quite spirited. Quite spirited. Not sure. Mess up, to err. Oh, you have a rah-rah personality, a quite spirited personality. Okay. And 58 down, zero chance. Our planes don't have seats. Okay, United is an airline, and if you don't have seats on the plane, you might have to stand. United, we stand. Our planes don't have seats. Is this maybe enter on? You enter on a journey? Yeah, you can say that, and then we get no hope for zero chance. Rah-rah. Place to store magazines. I think magazines full of ammunition in this case, where they would go in an armory. 68 across, bulletin board edition. A notice might fit. College admissions figure would probably be a grade point average, GPA. National economic yardsticks or gross domestic products or GDPs. Something well taken. Well taken. Maybe this is a posting for bulletin board edition. 68 down would then be orange cone. A pylon could be an orange cone, I guess. Okay, let's get caught up in this section. Nostalgia is a seductive blank. A quote from George W. Ball. Seductive lure might fit with those letters. And then a biennium. No, we need 2-year periods. Biennis. Iridescent shell material is nacre. A good word to know for crosswords. That shiny iridescent part of a shell or a pearl is known as nacre. Dirt pie ingredients, I think, are made with the official cookie of crossword puzzles, Oreos. Nostalgia is a seductive liar. Okay, I like that. Biennia might be the plural for a 2-year period. Crush a test is to ace it. 53 across, competition with clowns. Say rodeos have clowns. Lab label is an ID tag. 47 down, afternoon socials could be afternoon teas. Discounted for 54 down. Let's try on sale for that. Whence St. Francis? Where is St. Francis from? St. Francis of Assisi is from Assisi. 34 across, blank Constitution. Maybe USS Constitution, the ship. A spider's pouch, I think, is an egg sac. 48 across, a muse depicted with a lyre. Okay, I know two muses, Erato and Terpsichore. Terpsichore is dance. Erato, I guess, is music. I might have said poetry. Oh, and I learned another one recently. Cleo is muse of something else that I've forgotten already. Had to look it up because it was in a recent puzzle. 42 down, LSAT alternative for some law schools. Maybe you can get into the law school with a GRE, okay? 34 down, Our Magazine hates everything and everyone. And I'm trying to put USS into 34 cross. So us is a magazine in the US, and maybe it's us against the world would be a phrase that would fit that. Our magazine, us, hates everything and everyone. Showbiz Grand Slam familiarly for 55 across is the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony EGOT accomplishment. The trophy unlocked if you can get all four of those. Squelched for 35 across, maybe like a news story. You sat on it. You squelched it. You didn't allow it to get published. And 36 down, Michael Blank. Steve Carell's role on The Office was Michael Scott. Social worker is an ant, and the question mark is justified there because it's kind of a jokey answer. 71 across, a chair might cover one. Don't know. 76 across, broody genre. Emo is a broody genre of music. Something well taken. You take water out of a well. Okay, I think that's what that means. No cause for alarm. 69 down, I'm okay. And 70 down is Land Rover. A nomad is someone who roves over the land. 83 down is Alice of TV's Queen of the South. La Reina del Sur. A book I really enjoyed by Perez. What is his? I can't remember the author's name. The last name is Perez Reverte. Arturo Perez Reverte, I think, wrote La Reina del Sur, Queen of the South. It was made into a telenovela, and I guess it was remade into an English language version, which I haven't seen. So Kate Castillo was in the Spanish language version. She was very good. 80 across, our tech products fall apart easily. We need a brand name and then something else. 87 across, grinning face with sweat for one. Might be an emoji. 93 across, Hagar the Horrible's dog. Oh, it's like a fake Scandinavian name, like Noor or Snurk or something. TAC stats are revolutions per minute, or RPMs. The tachometer measures those on your dashboard. Apple from tree. 81 down, emergency option for a fighter pilot. Might have to eject. And of course, our thoughts are with the crew missing in Iran at the moment. So kind of a somber clue. Probably nobody intended that that would happen when this puzzle was created and just selected for publication. 82 down, high wispy clouds are cirrus clouds, or the plural is Siri. I think it might be Snurk for Hagar the Horrible's dog, something like that. 94 down, fried Japanese fare. Maybe it's snurt and tempura. Rep is your reputation, your credibility, your street cred. I'm going to try tempura for the fried Japanese fare and snurt for the name of the dog. All right, we're missing some squares over here. A chair might cover one. I'm trying to think of what else chair might mean. Like the chair of a university department might cover what? The chair of a meeting or a committee or something. 57 across, first college in the modern era to boast a 15-0 football team. First college. Don't know. Apple crumble? Winnow for 88 across. Winnow is to separate the wheat from the chaff. Is this up? I'm up. Maybe. No cause for alarm. You don't need to use my alarm clock. I'm up. I like apple crumbles. Sounds like it's some kind of dessert. And it means our tech products fall apart easily. Our Apple products crumble. Winnow, I guess, could be to pare something away, to kind of metaphorically separate the wheat from the chaff, or the peel from the fruit. Alice Braga is an actress I've heard of. Let's try that for the star of Queen of the South. Sax player Clarence. Don't know that. First college to boost a 15-0. However, in text might be though. Some exits in Exeter. Exeter in the United Kingdom. I remember the subway system in England, the tube, the exit was labeled as the way out rather than exit. But that does not fit, so I'm trying to think, is there another alternative word for exit? Maybe like an exit ramp? No, I don't know what that is. Like a wrung out mop, like a wrung out mop, and I'm thinking it might be damp, something damp-ish. Dampish, yeah, I would allow that. 60 down is chartreuse or brandy, for example. Chartreuse is a color. Brandy is a digestif, a digestive post-meal cocktail or prandial, and chartreuse, maybe that's where the color comes from. Maybe it's a liqueur that has that same color. A chair might cover one. Nope. And what is this? College? I don't know. The saxophone player. 89 across. That's the exits in Exeter. Oh, you might exit a room by saying ta-ta. TTFN. Ta-ta for now, as Tigger might say. So I think that's what exits means. 72 down, home of Qatar Airways. The capital of Qatar is Doha. 73 down, a long time in Spain. The Spanish word for years is años. Clemson is a college, and I think they were one of the early schools to adopt a football team. Part of a school year is a semester, and a chair of a meeting might cover the agenda of that meeting. Okay, that is what chair means there. 78 across, bump on the head, say. Not sure. 85 across, sportsbook figures. Japanese healing discipline, I think, is Reiki, sort of massage-based therapy. 97 across, some commotion in a sheepfold. The sheep might baa, so you might hear baaing if there is commotion in the sheepfold. 78 down, the Greek, in a 1964 film. That was Zorba the Greek with Anthony Quinn, a good film. Optimal, ideal. Will I ever find the girl in my mind, the one who is my ideal? Maybe she's a dream, and yet she might be right around the corner waiting for me. So we get zit for bump on the head, the bump that may appear on your head or your face. Odds or sportsbook figures. Baaing looks correct. Monopolist's portion is all. If you're a monopolist, you get all of the market. Zorba the Greek, ideal for optimal. And don't touch that dial looks right. 86 down was manage moguls. Moguls, the parts of a ski slope here. You ski by managing the moguls. So we're almost done. We got in one song. Try and get one more before we finish. 92 down, like many legal phrases. Usually they are in Latin. I think that's correct. 98 down, 1997 Demi Moore military drama. She was in a film called G.I. Jane, famously shaved her head for that. White's longtime co-host. I'm thinking this is Vanna White from Wheel of Fortune. The host of that was Pat Sajak. 115 across. Go ahead and shoplift one pair of our jeans. Don't know. 122 across. Home country of the Center for Civil Liberties jointly awarded the 2022 Nobel Peace Prize. So we're looking for the name of a country here. I don't know what it is. 125 across. Erudite is able to use fancy language, a useful skill for doing crossword puzzles. Learned, I think, fits there. The Q3 starter, the start of quarter 3. The abbreviation is July, I guess. I think quarter 1 begins in October, the beginning of the fiscal year. And then the third quarter would begin in July. 116 down, luau instrument in brief is a ukulele or a uke. 117 down, madame, across the Pyrenees. So madame is the French word for ma'am, madam, and the Spanish equivalent on the other side of the Pyrenees in Spain would be señora, abbreviated SRA. Headliner is the star of a show. Ukraine for the home country of the Center for Civil Liberties. Just take something. Not real for 106 down is faked. Blank out an existence, to eke out an existence. So what is 105 across? Our cable channel is devoted to censorship. Lifetime is a cable channel, and if they are censoring things, maybe Lifetime bans them. Lifetime bans is a phrase. 100 down, hampers. Deters, maybe. They might be loaded or stolen for 108 down. And 111 across, many a book fair sponsor for short. PTAs often have book fairs as a fundraiser. Just take shoplift one pair of our jeans. Not sure. The Bachelor Network. I don't know what network that is on. 119 down. Actress Gadot is Gal Gadot from Wonder Woman. Hampers, probably deters. They might be loaded or stolen. Nope. And 120 down. Foxy. Sly. Oh, Guess is a brand of jeans. Yeah, I did know that. So just take a Guess. One pair of our Guess jeans. ABC for the Bachelor Network, I guess. Monkey's Place, 123 across. Barrel of Monkeys. I used to have a barrel of monkeys when I was a kid. There was a plastic monkeys that were in the shape where their arms would link together. You could make a big chain. I wonder if they still make those. Stylishly elegant, classy. That gives us Sly for Foxy. Bases, which could be loaded or stolen in baseball. Yep, and deters for hampers. That turned out to be correct. Most ridiculous. Let's try goofiest. For that, then sax player Clarence Clement, maybe. 96 down is impersonates, poses as, which I like better than apes, which is usually the crossword answer for copying someone. Neutral tone, might be ecru. 114 down, April or May. Don't know. Dripping, say, could be wet. 112 across, look below for more info. C note is something you might see in brackets to tell you to look for a footnote. That gives us Clarence Clemens, which sounds plausible. 113 down, I'm going to try ecru for the neutral tone. April or May. Can be a name. Women can be named April or May. 102 down, fixed rate. Not sure. Statistics tool used to find significant differences. I haven't heard of a t-test, but that fits with the letters we've got. Bolts down, you can bolt down food or scarf down food. Article of jewelry worn around the biceps. I guess that is an armlet. That makes sense. And shoe leather for Elvis. Don't you step on my blue suede shoes, he's saying. And a fixed rate is a set fee. So we only got one song, but I think E will finish the puzzle. I was tempted to try to sing Blue Suede Shoes at the end there, but I don't think I can quite remember the melody. I think it started 1 to get ready, 2 for the show. So yeah, I would have messed it up if I tried to sing it. Okay, well that was a fun puzzle. So I originally thought we would have legitimate advertising slogans that could be misinterpreted to mean what is in the italics, like our soap kills 99% of bacteria. They could rephrase that to mean our soap is deadly, but if they did that, it would not be as good as what they meant. But yeah, it turned out to be something a little bit different than what I was thinking of, but it turned out to be enjoyable. And figuring out the theme here, I think free enterprise was the first one I got, and then no pain, no gain confirmed more for me that we're putting actual brand names in here and that we're just using common phrases that can be reinterpreted as an advertising slogan. All right, so that was a good one. How much crossword ease did we have in here? Not a lot. like poses as instead of apes. Abigail Jefferson, I did not know that. There are other ways to clue Abigail. She's a personage in the Bible as well, one of the wives of King David. Nice to have adobos and Manila, both referring to the Philippines, right next to each other. Yeah, so nothing too difficult there. Al Haig, probably not very well known for younger solvers, but as I said, I'm old enough to remember that. And apple crumbles. Apple crumbles. That must be like a apple cobbler or something like that. I imagine it would have apples and streusel, cinnamon and sugar in it. So yeah, got to look up that and see what that is. All right, that was a good one. Thanks for joining me. Please come back for more puzzling games, and I'll see you next time.